What's happening, YouTube? I am the Desert Claw, your favorite reverse isekai character, trapped on Earth and forced to review manga, anime, and video games. Oh, what a strange fate. Well, as my debut video, I really wanted to talk about one of my favorite mangas since I came here, Black Clover, and this last chapter that we just received is quite awesome. Since I'm new here, do me a big favor. Obliterate that like button, leave a comment for me, and subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell, and let's get going. But before we review this week's current chapter, let me just do a quick recap from last week. Last week we had Asta and Yami facing off against Dante in one of the best manga fights that I've seen in a very, very long time. I actually cannot wait for this to be animated on a TV show. And I hope they actually get it right, because I would say they get some of the bigger fights in the manga about 50% right half the time. It just really depends. Like the Veto fight, I think, is still one of my favorites. Anyway, so both Yami and Asta are fighting their damnedest against Dante. They were completely in sync with each other. Even an onlooker like Finral could tell what was going on. And Asta kept losing all of his major weapons. Anytime he would move into attack with his new, basically his new demon arm, because he's basically Nero now from DMC. It would get either tossed out of his hand or locked out. So they kept pressing on the attack. Asta kept trying to like summon different weapons or ones that are on the ground. And then finally, after he had no weapons, Yami threw his own katana at Asta. Asta grabbed it with the demon arm, and thus the katana became infected with anti-magic, and then he did the final blow against Dante, and that's when the chapter ended. This week's chapter starts directly after that confrontation. Dante is bricked out on the ground, and Asta, standing over him victorious, gets tired and falls into his commander's arms. Yami congratulates Asta for being a freaking badass, and then everybody rejoices. Gray hugs Gosh because she has a crush on him, and Vanessa notices. Finral notices that Yami is concerned and asks what's up. Yami basically says that you need to tie up Dante because they have no idea what he can do. And then out of nowhere, Zenon casts Zawaldo and shows up and kidnaps Yami by using his bone power prison on him. It reminds me of the Necromancer from Diablo 2. The Black Bulls see that Zenon now has both Yami and Captain Vangeance. Finral remembers why this is a dire thing, because those two were required to open up the link to the underworld where all the devils are. Zenon proceeds to pick up Dante, his bro, and then proceeds to attack the Black Bulls. Immediately, Finral pulls out a portal and actually deflects the attack back at Zenon. Zenon actually comments that Finral is dangerous and he should probably take him out. But then the rest of the Black Bulls begin to fight. Ghost fires off some mirror lasers at him, while Vanessa tries to get Rouge out as quickly as possible so Rouge can touch Yami and change fate. Henry attacks with the Black Bull base, and Asta takes a moment to converse with the anti-magic demon again, asking for more power. And the anti-magic demon basically bluntly tells him, "No, you're too weak, and that's your fault." Vanessa finally summons Rouge. Finral creates a portal for her to jump through and save Yami. Yami looks back at the Black Bulls one last time with a face that says, "Y'all did good." All of the Black Bulls are horrified as Yami disappears into the portal, leaving Asta with Yami's sword. And that's the end of the chapter. The major triads from the Spade Kingdom have succeeded in their mission. William Vangeance has been kidnapped. The Princess of the Heart Kingdom has been kidnapped, and so has Yami. They have all the tools that they need to get their plan. And now it's going to be up to the Black Bulls and whatever is left of the Golden Dawn to finish this. I assume a lot more Magic Knights will be involved in this. There was a character that was unknown that's being speculated to being the Black Bulls vice captain that we still have yet to see. Maybe this character comes back and takes over the team and gives them direction, or maybe it's just on them to figure out what's going to happen next. Let's just say I cannot wait for next week's chapter. This series has been so hype. I look forward to it every week. It's non-stop action, full of testosterone. Asta is a great main character. Yami's a great, I guess you could say, mentor character. And you know, I still, you know, he still needs some better character development. Now for now he's just kind of like the quiet rival. But all the other Black Bulls are great. Finral is probably my second favorite character besides Noel. And we will have to see what this new character has in store for us. Every arc has introduced a new Black Bull. There might have been one where they skipped it, but they've all been cool. Yeah, that's my take. This was a great chapter. This is a great time to get into Black Clover if you haven't. Shonen Jump has the entire series online to read, whether you're a paid subscriber or if you're a free user only getting updates on weekly chapters. But until then, I cannot wait till next week's chapter, so tune in for my next review. Thanks.